Capricorn, welcome to your weekly tarot reading for May the 23rd to May 29. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, we're going to dive right in to the tarot cards and get started. For Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, seeing the Seven of Swords come out. Wheel of Fortune. Star card in reverse. Okay, Capricorn. So the first line of your reading, we're seeing here, it kind of feels like you're... Capricorn, you've got to get out of your head a bit here. You're sort of oscillating between doubting yourself and being very, very guarded around other people, and it's sort of causing you to lose faith in your next steps ahead. It seems as if you feel like you need to tiptoe or it's like it almost feels with the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Wands that you're focused too much on the past and maybe tiptoeing around certain things that are coming up from the past that are making you feel defensive or guarded. You're not feeling very trusting right now, and it's having an impact on what you're trying to do in the present. The Wheel of Fortune is here, so I feel like this is all teaching you something. This is something to do with your overall healing process and your own self-discovery process is being impacted by some of your thoughts and by this sort of this almost defensive sort of guardedness where you're sort of looking around, almost anticipating that there are people that don't have your best interests at heart, or that, it's almost like you're anticipating that there are sort of some things happening behind your back, and it's almost a distraction. It feels like you're being distracted away from your own self-work, the work you're doing on yourself and the steps you're taking in a new direction. Very interesting. Let's have a look at the challenges for Capricorn. Yeah, the challenges here are that you are sort of at a crossroads here, because on one hand we see the Fool coming out, and on the other hand we see the Two of Wands in reverse. So it feels like you're definitely moving towards working on something new here, but as you're doing it, it feels like there's stuff from the past that kind of is on your mind, and you're almost trying to just... I don't know. It almost feels like you're trying to get it to go away, but you keep looking back at it. It's almost one of those moments where, like you're trying to forget about someone, but you keep checking on social media to see what they're up to, and that's not going to help you forget anything. That's not going to help it stay in the past. It's interesting. It's like you're on a new path moving forward, and yet there is something distracting you from your own purpose. And it feels like it's got past energy written all over it, and that you're not feeling like you can trust things around you, maybe defensive, maybe guarded. But the thing is, it's distracting you from something beautiful here that you're starting with the Fool card. And so you're sort of at a crossroads this week, Capricorn. You're going to have to decide where you want to invest yourself here. Are you sort of going to try to just get away from things by... It's interesting. Like, it's almost like you're trying to get away from things, but you keep looking over your shoulder, like with these two sevens. It's a really interesting combination, Capricorn, that you're trying to get away from something here, and yet you keep looking back to check on it. It's a very interesting dynamic, and I feel like it's distracting you. It feels like you're maybe being triggered by something from the past that's got your guard up, and you're not sure that you can sort of trust what's going on around you. But I almost feel like saying to you, don't let anything distract you from what it is that, this new beginning that you've got starting here. Let's clarify these cards. Seven of Wands is here. Why? Justice and the Devil. Yeah. This is a time where you're needing to sort of look at your motivations for why you're trying to sort of skirt around something. Maybe not by being completely direct. It feels like we're seeing the Devil because perhaps there is some shadow work happening here. Maybe that's why you're simultaneously looking in the rear view mirror and trying to get away at the same time. But your eyes need to be forward if you're moving ahead. But it's like you're driving the car, but you're staring in the rear view mirror. Does that make sense? Very interesting. Seven of Wands. Why is the Seven of Wands here? Knight of Wands. Yeah, you're distracted by something shiny in the rear view mirror. There's almost this energy that you feel very attracted to, and you sort of keep thinking about it, looking back at it. Perhaps the Devil is here because this is something that speaks to a part of you where, all that glitters, right? Like perhaps you're thinking the grass is greener in the past than it is in the present. But, it's interesting, that Star card. Let's have a look at it. Star card in reverse. Oh, 3 cards coming out. Chariot, Knight of Pentacles, and the World in reverse. Yeah, you're leveling up this week, Capricorn. You're definitely moving into some high vibe energy here, and you're really being guided with this Knight of Pentacles to stay focused on what's happening in the present. So, you may need to pull that metaphorical car over to the side of the road and just take in the landscape of where you're at instead of driving forward and looking in the rear view mirror, to just get out of the car completely here, because it feels like you need to close the loop on something before you continue. The Wheel of Fortune is here, so I do feel like this could be part of the process that might need to be this way for now, so that there may be a lesson here for you to learn moving forward. There's the Wheel of Fortune again, coming out in reverse with the Emperor, the Queen of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. Interesting. So seeing that sort of clarifies it, that as you're taking the lead on things, you're going, 2 steps ahead, maybe 1 step back, and then turning around and looking back. It's interesting. You do feel guarded though. This is interesting. Something in the past has got you feeling triggered and guarded, like you need to protect yourself. You're doubting yourself. You may even be feeling really emotionally triggered by something. And so that's probably why you keep looking back at it. 2 of Wands in reverse for Capricorn at their crossroads. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. It's almost like the crossroads is you moving past something that was very grounding, something that was, almost maybe, I'm tempted to say a group that felt like family. It might have actually been family for some, but it also could have just been, a group of people that you felt like family with. And you sort of feel like in order to move on, you've got to close this chapter. It almost feels like rejecting something from the past, or something from the past is rejecting you. Either way, this is all redirection, which is what rejection ultimately is for, any situation, is you're being redirected towards something else. And that is this Fool card. So you're really being redirected this week, Capricorn, to get it going here, get moving on this new journey. Fool card for Capricorn. Yep, you got to get into the canoe and sail away. So no more looking back in the rear view, no more skirting around things. It's time to get up. You've closed this chapter. You've got 2 10s in reverse here. I really think that you're closing down chapters so that you can begin something new, and you may be having a bit of difficulty sort of being direct about it and actually sort of putting it in the past. I feel like you're looking back at this maybe doubting yourself. There's the Seven of Swords again on the bottom of the clarifying deck to sort of confirm that you may be looking back to see if if you left anything behind. Did I do the right thing? I feel like you're doubting yourself a little here, and that is actually maybe going to cause some delays for you to get going on your new path ahead, which feels like it's going to be very healing once you sort of take the lead on it, right? Okay, Capricorn, we're going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video if it's resonated for you. And we'll see you again very soon for another reading. Sending you so much love and light.